Hey guys, welcome back to some Supercoach action. Foley, Xavier, all Aussie adventures, welcome early. Cowboys, killing it. They're going well, honestly, the Cows. Um, you know, they got a good team. And they're starting to, a few of their young guys starting to really sort of develop nicely. Some experience as well, so it's good to see. Good to see the Cowboys actually coming. What are they? Are they actually third on the ladder? That's actually fucking madness. That's madness. Like so many people were tipping the Cows for the wooden spoon. Now I definitely wasn't tipping them for the spoon. I didn't think they would be that good. I was more leaning towards, on that cusp of 8 to 12 range, and who knows, I mean they could fall away, but they're off to a good start, and making that top 8, if you get off to a good start, you don't have to win that many games to make the top 8. It's because the two teams up top dominate, and then the rest of it gets split around. Joey, welcome. So yeah, we're Monday night, no games on today, which was good. I do like it's nice to have the matches. Thursday. I mean, the Thursday night game is a bit annoying as well, honestly. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's nice. Monday footy is always just a bit of a pain in the ass, honestly. Just a bit of a pain trying to get everything ready and stuff like that. And also, it's just, I don't know, Monday, when they had the Monday night footy, it just wasn't a good time for football, in all honesty. So yeah, we're back to sort of normal proceedings, and I'll switch over. Show you guys how we went. Not great. We scraped 1100, which is, it's not that bad. You'll see the scoring. We had some absolute shockers. I knew I was going to drop some ranks with that. Like, it wasn't the highest scoring round of all time. I think the winner was like that high 1300s or mid 1300s, so it wasn't a huge scoring round, but it's very congested in the top 1,000, probably even the top couple of thousand, because I saw on Twitter a couple of people like replying to a Supercoach tweet being like, oh, I got like 11, they got like 1150 or something, and they were pretty close to my rank, and they moved up in rank. So it's very very close. It's very congested, and there's 50-point swings either way, and you can find yourself going up and down the ranks pretty quickly in this season. You got 1103. Great minds think alike, apparently. But yeah, as you can see, the rank 39,000 for the week, which again, I mean, it's whatever. Like, I think a lot of people got around that 1100 to 1200 range. Season rank, we did drop 395. I knew we would drop. I was hoping it might only be like 100 spots, 100, 200 spots, but we're still cruising in the top K. And I mean, honestly, that's sort of the end goal. If we can finish in the top K over the season, I'd love to go better than that, but I mean, that's definitely the first sort of milestone you want to hit. So if we can just, hold our spot, keep making good decisions, we should be okay. Who's your dark horse team so far? I mean, it's got to be the Cowboys, right? It's got to be the Cowboys. Like, they absolutely destroyed the Eels, who are potentially, or, apparently one of the top teams in the comp. Who else? I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. This year it's weird. Like, the Storm and Panthers obviously are just the absolute favorites, and then, like, are Cowboys really the third-ranked team? I don't think so, but there's no one else really standing up. I mean, the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos. Every couple of weeks they put in a really good performance, but then they back it up with an absolute shocker. So we'll see if our boys, the Bronx, can actually back up a couple of, have a couple of good games back to back, and then we can talk. But if they don't find that consistency, then yeah, they're not they're not going to challenge. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird year. I still feel like the Roosters are going to come good eventually. But, geez, they look awful. I think their forward pack is not great. But surely they got too much class to be as bad as they are. But let's go through... let's go through the finer details of the team. So... Harry Grant, 104. 104 in 65 minutes, if you don't mind. He started so well. He got 2 try assists in like the opening 10 minutes. He was on like 40 odd after 10. Just on fire. And I mean, I knew it was coming. It was so frustrating. They had that Wishart on the bench. And as soon as they got to a lead, I was hoping that they would take off Pappenhausen instead. I think Pappenhausen did go off a bit later, but I was hoping that maybe they'd do that. But Grant, he was looking a bit fatigued, so I knew they were going to take him off. But still, 104, cannot complain about that. He's averaging 87. Tom Starling, yeah, this is where it started to get a little bit frustrating. So he benched Starling to start the game. I don't understand. Ricky Stewart is just such a damn fool, dude. And don't get me wrong, like Adam Elliott was actually not too bad, but it's just like Starling has been one of their best players for the last few weeks. Like, they've looked so much better when he's out on the field, and he benches him again for a forward who doesn't play dummy half. And again, he did okay, but like Starling is just the better option. And obviously I'm annoyed Supercoach wise, but also just their team. I'm like, what are you doing? So yeah, Starling played, I don't even know how many minutes, maybe like 55, 60. So it wasn't that bad, but yeah, he didn't have a great game regardless. So that's annoying. I'm just hoping, like, I'm definitely keeping Starling at least until round 13. After round 13, he plays obviously the first bye, so that's why he's, just a great player to keep along. We'll see what happens sort of after that bye. I'll probably try to move him on to someone else, but at the moment, it is what it is. He has gone up in price. He's probably going to start dropping price if he keeps going on the freaking... if he keeps going on the bench to start. But, he's always close to an attacking stat. He looked pretty good when he came on. He had a couple of mistakes, but he looked dangerous every time there was a quick play the ball. Thoughts on bringing in Schuster at 5'8"? I'm definitely keen, but I'm definitely waiting on Schuster. He did score pretty well, but he's generally an 80-minute player in the back row, but, he doesn't quite have the match fitness yet, so I just want to wait. I'll wait another week because his price isn't going to change anyway, so there's no point. There's no point in getting Schuster this week. Next week, like, depending how big he scores, he is like, I don't know, he's like 500k still, so he's not cheap, so... You can definitely wait on him to see how he goes, but he's definitely a good pickup for that first buy, as well as potentially being a keeper. Because I was gonna start with Schuster at the start of the year. He was gonna be my starting 5'8", but obviously with injury he didn't play. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on Schuster. He just looked really good. Like he had so much more to that Manly attack, and yeah, he just has points around him. He looked really good. Is Pan a sell? Who the heck is Pan? Pan. Who is that? I'm trying to think, who is that? Who should you get for Chris Randall with Starling low scores? I don't know. There's not like did the Knights play their first bye? Did the Knights play the first bye? Because if the Knights play the first bye, you might as well just keep Randall till round 13. If he doesn't, I don't know. There's not that many other good dummy halves that play the bye, so maybe just try to look to get a gun. Grant, Cook, one of those guys if you don't already have them. That's probably the only real option, because there's not that many good dummy halves going around at the moment. Thoughts on getting Turbo if you have every other gun other than Teddy? I wouldn't be getting... Well, you shouldn't get Turbo yet. You like, I don't even know if is he back this week. I haven't actually looked at like team lists or potential team lists, but you might as well wait on Turbo until after Origin if you're gonna pick him up, because he's obviously gonna play Origin when he's fit, and there's every chance that he gets rested a little bit because of potential injuries. So yeah, I wouldn't be jumping on Turbo anytime soon. With Schuster back, Hamole won't be as effective. Yeah, that's actually pretty fair. The Manly team, they are an attacking upside team. And obviously Cherry Evans plays on that right. So I still think Olaquatu is a really good pickup, but that is fair. Like, I think their damaging side will be that left with Schuster for sure. But I still think Olaquatu is a pretty good pickup regardless. Any news on the new rugby league game? No, there's no news. I'm still thinking at the end of this year we'll get it maybe, or we'll at least. I think at the latest it'll be the start of next year, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, Haas. I don't know. So before I answer any more questions, I'll just quickly go through the rest of the team. So if you've got a question and I don't read it off, just put it again after I finish reading off my team, because I'll just go through the rest of this, and we'll talk a bit more in depth. So Papali'i 59. Still pretty good, honestly. He's going to be a keep along at front row. Jai Arrow 48. I'm definitely thinking Arrow's time to go this week. I think it's time for him to go. Josh King 64. Like, I keep wanting to get rid of Josh King, but he just keeps banging out these big base stat scores. So, oh man, that's the problem. I got too much money in the front row. Like, I don't want this many guys. Like, they've just made good money, and like, there just hasn't been a good chance to get rid of them. So, he's just staying. Max King 44. Max King 44, like, he started and he got less points than he usually gets. I think a lot of people would have put him as a reserve, but didn't quite live up to the hype starting. Telekai 36. They took the try assist off the big boy. That's a little frustrating. He was on like 50, I think. I don't know. Honestly, I think that's a little rough. I don't know how he got 36. I still think, like, he made a lot of tackle busts. Like, he wasn't at his best. Like, Stagg shut him down, but I'm surprised he only got 36. Dave Fafita 25. So this is very frustrating. So Dave Fafita, I wasn't keeping up to date, and then 5:30, half an hour before the Titans game, I looked on Twitter, and it was breaking news that Fafita was on the bench, and I was like, you know what? It's time to sell. They were taking on the Panthers anyway, but I was probably going to keep him anyway. But because he was on the bench, I'm like, nah, it's time to get rid of Fafita. I tried to sell him, and you couldn't. I was like, what? The lockout was so early. I thought you could pretty much trade up until, like, just before the game started. But no, apparently it locks out way before 30 minutes. So I was stuck with Fafita. But the funny thing is that I completely forgot that Olaquatu was suspended. So if I was able to trade, I probably would have just gone for Fafita to Olaquatu. That was what I was thinking. And then I saw the Manly game, and I was like, oh shit, Olaquatu's not even playing. That's right, he got suspended. So I don't know what I would have done. So we got to. Fafita's got to go. I'm thinking Fafita and Arrow, but we'll talk more about that in a second. Tamalolo 69 again, just he's killing it. So I brought in Pengai Jr. He was actually the only trade I made, so I'm pretty happy with only the one trade. Obviously the score wasn't great, but I don't mind saving a trade. But I brought in Pengai for Josh Curran. So, Pengai 54, it's not that bad. Like, he had a shocking first half. He had a couple of errors, couple of penalties. But he came out in the second half and looked pretty good. A few offloads. So I'm thinking Pengai, like, I've got to move Pengai up into the front row. Or I don't have to, but I probably want to at some point. He's going to be cover for round 13, so I'm pretty happy with Pengai. I'm hoping he can just get some nice attacking stats coming up and just get a few big scores for me. It'd be nice. Brodie Jones 40, Tuolangi 46. Finally, he did I don't know. Did he go off again with injury? He had a couple of niggles, but he bombed a try, or at least they didn't give him the try, and he still got 46 points. So Tuolangi's finally starting to string some games together. Nathan Cleary, 88. So he was the captain. I was worried, or not so much worried, but I was sweating a little bit because the Titans, dude. Oh my god, what is with the Titans games being absolute shithouse? Like the Panthers were shit, the Titans were even worse. Oh man, there's been some shocking games this year, and the Titans have been the There's times have been the center of it. They're not even like bad defensive high scoring games. They're just terribly low scoring. And a lot of times low scoring games are fun, but these have been awful. Like they're just, oh man, it was bad. But Cleary thankfully got some big points late in the game. Blake Taft, 66. Luckily, he got a try. He wasn't looking great. And again, I chucked the reserve on him just because I like the upside potential. And he didn't let me down. He got 66. So I feel pretty good about that. Honestly, my reserves choice were pretty good. Josh King is the only guy that outscored anyone. So I got pretty fortunate there. Dylan Brown moved into the centers. Again, I was considering just trading him out, but I thought, nah, just give him another week. And he still got 63 points. Like, surely the Eels cannot stick Brown in the centers again, and he's still scoring well. So I'm like, I can't get rid of Brown if he's still scoring 60 plus. So I don't know. Like, definitely some good options. I know a lot of people went to Cody Walker, and Cody Walker, dude, like, oh man, he was so lucky that the Seagulls were down to 12 players because Cody Walker was awful. The Rabbitohs were awful. Oh, I know they won, and they won pretty comfortably, but they look so bad. Like Walker's try was so arsey. It was just a spew out the back, and he raced over to score. One of his try assists, it was a shocking pass out the back, and they gave him the try assist for it, even though it was a shocking pass, and the outside man pretty much did all the work to score. I was watching the game like, are you kidding me? All these people jumped on Walker. He looks awful, but the Seagulls are down to 12 men, so he's going to score big, and he did. I was salty. I was very salty. Ilias, 29. I've got to get rid of Ilias, but I don't know. Potentially, I could use a trade boost this week and see where we stand on potentially just going Ilias to Cody Walker. I'm not sold on Walker. I still actually don't. I don't know. I'm not that keen to even bring in Walker because I just don't think he's going to score that well. Like, he looked awful. Like, I'm being straight up. He looked awful. They were just so lucky. I mean, I think it deserved a send-off. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but they were lucky. Taylor May, 39. Isaac Tago, 50. Panasini, 54. And Suwali, 45. So the back line didn't do great. And then Nico Hines, 68. And Papenhausen, 107. So that's a thing that killed us a little bit. Papenhausen going big. A lot of people would have gone Pappy for the captaincy. So that's where I would have lost a few points. It was either Cleary or Papenhausen. And I don't know the percentages, but I'm sure it was pretty split. Cooler, 29. Oh, he looks so good. Man, he looks so damn good. So I'm expecting some big scores out of him pretty soon. And it looks like Taylor May might not play this week, so we'll see. And then Vilea, he got a try and he got 34 points. I mean, again, the Warriors are so bad, but it's good that hopefully he can make some money at least. But let's go through. I'll go back, look at some of you guys' comments. Brought in Jazz for Randall last week. Yeah, I wanted to bring in Tavanga for sure. I was definitely keen on it, but I'm just worried with because Curran. I mean, if Curran's back in 3 weeks now, he could take that spot, and then all of a sudden, you don't have a starter over round 13. So I don't know. I do want Tavanga, but he's just so he's burned me so much before. He just gets benched so often. He scores so well if he's starting, but yeah, it's frustrating. I think I'll move Haas on. He looks, I think it's a good time. You know, he's made some really good money. Obviously, Origin's coming up anyway, so yeah, he probably, I doubt he'll play this week, and then yeah, Origin. So I think it's a good time to move Payne Haas on for if you don't have Papali'i, definitely Papali'i, or Pengai's pretty good. Who else? There's not that many. I mean, Tamalolo, if you don't have Tamalolo, they're probably the 3 guys you'd look to get in the front row. But yeah, it's probably a pretty good time to move Haas on. Cameron, how you going? I got Pengai in for Arrow this week before last. Yeah, it's a good pickup. I mean, Pengai hasn't absolutely killed it, but he's just got that upside. He's playing pretty big minutes, so I think at the end of the day, Pengai is playing that round 13. He's probably going to keep outscoring Arrow slightly anyway, so I think it's just a good pickup. My 8 bench players averaged 62 points last week, had all 25 play. It's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Who didn't play? Only Billy Smith for us. I'm keeping Billy Smith. He actually might come back into the team, which would be nice as well. So I've got like a full roster, and they're all pretty solid. Like the only one I don't like is Ilias, really. Everyone else is like, or probably Valia as well, but everyone else is sort of a half play if need be. So it's not too bad. Imagine playing Supercoach instead of proper NRL fantasy. Like, why? Dude, fantasy's garbage. Like, everyone plays Supercoach. Supercoach is way bigger than fantasy. Why would anybody play fantasy? It's garbage. I used to play fantasy, like, when it first came out, like, the first, like, couple of years, like, it ever released, like, years and years and years ago. But the point scoring is so garbage in that. I don't like it at all. It's trash. Curran and Harris will be back soon. Yeah, that's the thing I'm worried about. I'm just not. I just can't jump on Tavanga while those 2 guys are looming. Coates bailed me out and I won my head-to-head. Oh, dude, freaking Coates. I was gonna start Coates at the start of the year, but I chickened out because of his work rate, but I should have known. I should have known that he's playing at the Storm, and the Storm put on big scores. It was a foolish decision not to start with him. So the people that did are reaping the rewards there. Like he's just getting tries. He's just getting so many damn tries. Lolo Tas Tupalotu. Who do I forget for this week? I think Lolo. Well, you don't have to jump on Lolo because he's not going to go up too much in price. Like he'll probably go up a little bit still. Isaiah Tass, I wouldn't be jumping on. Probably Tupalotu is the guy, the cheapie there. I think he's gone up a little bit in price still, but Tass you can wait another week. I think because I'm not sure of his job security because Tane Milne is probably going to come back and take his spot. So I wouldn't. Probably out of those, I'd go Lolo and Tupalotu if you had to go 2. Fafita to Schuster and Ilias to Drinkwater. I don't mind that. Drinkwater. I'm still like even Drinkwater. I feel like the boat sort of sailed a little bit there. Like he is so good, but again, I'm worried about the job security. Like Fido is back, and like who do they drop? I feel like, in all honesty, probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Drinkwater might go back to 14, and Fido might come onto the fullback spot because I feel like I don't think Drinkwater should get dropped, but Drinkwater is definitely a better 14 than Fido. Like Fido should be starting, but also Drinkwater. So I don't know what they're gonna do. So I think Drinkwater's a little bit of a trap potentially, but he is scoring well. I wouldn't mind getting him in. When is your next Dragon Creek going to be? So I'll talk about this quickly. Unfortunately, my PS4 has shit itself again. Like it happened a couple of months ago now, I guess, and I sent it away EB Games actually fixed it surprisingly for pretty cheap. It was actually a pretty good, like pretty decent for like EB Games. They fixed it. It's happened again though, and I'm sort of I could do the same thing, but it's getting to the point where I'm like I should just get the new PS5. So the Dragon's Career might be on hold for a bit because I can't access it. It's a pain in the ass, dude. So we'll see, but it might be a bit before I upload any more Dragons. I've got some more Beer Pro videos like saved I can do, but the Dragon stuff, it's all on the PS4 and I can't get on because it's fucked. Pain, dude, it's so shit. I got Haas, Pengai, Lolo, Max King in front row forward. So this week I'm going Haas to Fafita. Wait, what? Or Starling Grant. It's half Pappenhausen. I can't watch. Oh yeah, you pretty much have to have Pappenhausen, I feel like. Obviously, Origin's coming up. I don't think Pappenhausen gets selected, but I still think Pappenhausen's going to be the best fullback overall this year. So you've got to have him. Drinky is a better player, let's be honest. If he gets dropped, surely the Dolphins take him. Oh, he'd be a great pickup for the Dolphins. But yeah, I mean, that's I still think it should be Dearden and Drinkwater in the halves, or maybe even Townsend and Drinkwater, because Townsend's actually been okay, but Dearden's been pretty solid as well. So it's hard to drop either of those. Out of the backs, you'd probably maybe Peter Hiku and Fado goes into center, but I mean Hiku's been pretty good as well. So I don't know. It's a tough one. Bro, I've hit top 500 on Supercoach this week, and I had Cleary's Vice, upgrading Moses Hines, might jump on Adam Elliott. I've seen a few people jump on Elliott. Again, he plays round 13. But let's have a look. So I definitely Fafita's got to go. That's not a question. Fafita's gone. So who do I bring in? I could get Cameron Murray, but I feel like, I mean, it's nice for sure, but he is going to be playing Origin. Who doesn't play Origin? Kickow? I just don't like having Kickow, honestly. He's just so up and down. Ewan Aiken has been killing it. I sort of wish I jumped on Aiken in the center wing back in the day. It would have been nice. Olakwatu still is up for grabs. He has gone up in price a lot, but he's still not bad. We're going down points. Angus Crichton. Oh man, Angus Crichton. Oh, it'd be such a good time to pick him up, but obviously Origin's coming around again, so it's just not gonna work. Harawira Naira doesn't play, but he's been a little bit, hasn't been great, honestly. Who else? Luke Thompson? No. Where is, let's go highest price, because I can't actually see Elliott. With Tass having a negative 70 break, you mean surely he is a must if named. Oh, has he already, did he play a game before? Has he played 2? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, he will make some money if he's named, but like if he only plays like 2 games, he'll only make a bit of money and then he's gone. Tavanga there only got 41, so it's not that bad, but yeah, not the best. Let's have a look. Who do I want? I don't even know. I mean, maybe I'd probably just go Olakawatu, I think. Or maybe Schuster. Maybe I just go early on Schuster, but I probably want Schuster at 5'8" for Ilias. So, oh man, it's a tough one. Angus pretty much bottomed out. Wonder whether he gets picked for the Blues. I think he does. Like, I would be surprised if he doesn't. It would be nice if he doesn't, because yeah, he'd be great to pick up again. Because He's getting those big minutes back, and yeah. Elliott looking like he's going to play hooker for around 20 minutes, then play through the middle. Yeah, I know they did that. And I know he got big points, but he just hasn't done that before. Like, I just can't see... Like, Ricky Stewart's such a goddamn nightmare. I can't see him continuing to do that. Like, it did work for, like, the opening 20, but I got to be honest... If Starling was there when Elliott took off and made that first initial line break, if Starling was the man there, they probably score right off the back of that because he's quicker and he's a better dummy half. So I just don't get it. Like, Starling should be starting, but yeah, I mean, if Elliott continues to do that, like he would be a good pickup, but I just can't trust it. I just can't trust it. Elliott around 360? Really? Damn, he is cheap. Maybe I do go Elliott. Oh, maybe I do jump on Elliott. But who else have we got? So yeah, Olakawatu definitely in the sights. I think he's a good pickup. Ryan Madison, you know, if he got that starting spot back, but he's still starting on the bench, so probably a no-go there. Schuster, he only got 55 points. He looked really good, but yeah, I guess he didn't play huge minutes, so it's not too bad. And then yeah, Crichton, he'd be good, but Origin. Who else have we got? Hudson Young, honestly, he's not the worst, but he's been a bit off. Ruben Cotter, maybe, but I don't know. He's becoming a bit of a bolter for Queensland now, and also his minutes have been up and down. Like it's a bit of a nightmare. Cameron McInnes, I don't think they play round 13 though. So McInnes, I don't know. He hasn't looked that good either. So I'm not. I don't know. It's a tough one. Helam Lukey, he's still starting on the bench. So again, it's hard to go him. I can't believe. Honestly, yeah, maybe Elliott is the guy. He got 104. He's 367, dude. That is crazy. He obviously hasn't played any minutes. I haven't really been watching Elliott at all, but maybe he is a sneaky pickup at that price. Like, it's not gonna hurt you if he doesn't bang out 100. If he just gets like 50s, he's gonna make a lot of money. So maybe Elliott is a good pickup. Raiders are a mess though. I'm selling Starling. Don't want to borrow any Raiders. Yeah, that is the problem. I wouldn't mind getting just a couple for round 13. I'm keeping Starling until round 13. I just hope he doesn't drop too much cash over the next few weeks. And Elliott, I think Elliott is probably the only other Raider I'm keen on. Everyone else is pretty much dog, but Adam Elliott, maybe. Because it would free up so much money as well. Because if we go Elliott, and then I could get rid of Arrow, put Tamalolo up to front row, and then I could get another really good back rower, Cameron Murray, be nice, or I could go Ilias to someone else. There's some good options here. Oh no, don't do that. I don't know. There's quite a few. I'm thinking I will do my trade boost this week. I don't love it, but I think it's probably for the best. Maybe go with Sean Lane because I've put him in my team. No, Sean Lane. He does have some decent attacking stats when he's on, but he is definitely up and down. Yo, what happened to Facecam? I honestly, I just haven't bought a webcam. I just haven't been bothered to buy a webcam for this whole time. I'll eventually buy a webcam, but yeah, I don't know. It's just another one of those things that I'm too lazy to do at the moment, but it'll eventually come. But at the moment I'm like, yeah, I don't need it. Also, Jordan Ricky, nah, Ricky's trash. My halves right now are Nathan Cleary, Hines, Walker, and Munster. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe just bring in Cody Walker, even though I don't love it, because he obviously is going to go up in price. So, yeah. If you could move Tuolangi to Elliott, wouldn't be the worst, I guess. Yeah. Nah, I mean, Tuolangi is a potential 50-plus average if he can just stop getting injured and getting head knocks. I'm keeping strong on Tuolangi. Do the Tigers play in round 13? I don't think they do, but he'll still be a handy pickup for the next buy if I hold him. And yeah, he's still got more money to make. So I mean, for Feeder, I've got to trade for Feeder. So he's sort of the obvious, and I still have a really good back row. Without old mate. Where the hell is he? We'll just do this again. Should I remove Fafita? What? Or should I trade Fafita to Pengai? I mean, you should definitely get rid of Fafita. Pengai is pretty good for that buy coverage. Tamalolo if you don't have him. Do you have to get in this at the start of the season, or could I jump on now and still have a fun time with it? Yeah, I mean, you could start now. I think they still put you in a league. I don't know how it works, actually. Like, you can still do it now and have some good fun. Like, you could make a team of... you know, a fun thing to do sometimes is make a new team when the first buy is coming around. So you can get, like... You know, you can go for that first buy week win. You know, you can pick all the best players for the first buy and potentially get a win. Obviously, a lot of people do it, so you're not going to guarantee yourself to win. But, yeah, you can still have fun with Supercoach, even if you've come in late. It loses a bit of its appeal because, you know, a lot of people play for the overalls, so you're not going to get that, but I still think it's pretty good. Luke Keary, great pod option now. Mark my words. I don't know about that. He just doesn't look very good. What price is he? So Sam Walker got a 9. I think Moses only got like Moses didn't get anything either. I mean, look at that. Dylan Brown is still the top scoring 5'8". That's crazy. That's so good. Cameron Munster, his round 3 average is killer, but he thankfully only got 74, even in that carve up, so nice. Lachlan Croker is number 5 in the 5'8". Jesus, dude, the 5'8" are shocking. I mean, it's Munster, and then Cody Walker here. I mean, he went up 50k with that 99. I don't like him. He's been so bad. And then Drinkwater, 113. He's been killing it. Matt Burden, could Matt Burden finally get some points? I don't think so. So I can't get him. I mean, Kiri got 60. I mean, he is cheap. He is very, very cheap. But I can't get Kiri. Like, honestly, Jackson Hastings. He's gone up a lot. Hastings wouldn't have been a bad pickup a couple of weeks ago, but I just didn't have sort of the, not money, but I didn't really have the trades to go him. Sean Johnson, oh man, he's fallen off big time. And then there's no one really else. What's Tamari Martin? 51. He's gone okay. I mean, again, like, he's not bad to pick up as a cheapie, but I don't know. I don't really need the money at this point, so I'm not that keen to get like cheapies like Martin, who's gonna make, you know, a bit of a slow burn. We'll see though. Yeah, I got Tuolangi in 2RF, 6 as well behind Talakai. Tupanua, Tego Firma, got plenty for round 13. Yeah, I've got a few for round 13. I'm still trying to, you know, I do try to go pretty hard in the buys, honestly. I try to do both buys pretty strong, because you can make up a lot of territory if you target the buys, because a lot of people forget about it. And, you can make up some good ground if you're struggling. Maybe go Sam Walker. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's stinking it up. Is it with it? Supercoach Plus are not really needed. I don't have Supercoach Plus. I definitely I wouldn't spend the money on Supercoach Plus. Like it's handy. You can see a lot more sort of in-depth stats, but I feel like a lot of it's not really needed. Like you can sort of grasp like sort of the break evens and if players are going to go up in price. You're not going to know exactly what they need, but you can sort of grasp if someone's going to lose a bit of money or make a bit of money and a little bit of common sense. I don't think you need Supercoach Plus, but if you want to spend a few bucks, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to get. Matt Burns' kicking game hasn't been the best for the past couple of games. Yeah. I feel like he is eventually gonna score some decent points because he does have good base, and obviously he's sort of the main go-to. But yeah, the Bulldogs, even though they won, like they just don't look great in attack. Let's be honest. Would you hold Moses, and who would you prefer between Drinkwater and Cody Walker? I mean, probably Cody Walker. He Drinkwater, I prefer Drinkwater, but just the job sort of, what's it called? the job prospects, I guess, or the security. I'm just not totally sure if Drinkwater keeps that fullback spot. If you knew he was going to keep the fullback spot, I would definitely say Drinkwater, but I'm just not confident that he'll keep it. I feel like, well, I guess in saying that, they play round 13, and Drinkwater obviously will play fullback then because Holmes will be out, Felt may be out, so he'll definitely get a spot then. But yeah, I'd probably say Drinkwater. I'd probably say Walker. Like he's a lot cheaper. Like he's he's like 80k cheaper, and he'll eventually keep getting some decent scores, but I'm not keen on either of them. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. I don't buy Supercoach Plus, but it still gives it for me for some reason. You sure you're not getting charged? You sure you're not getting charged, brother? Do I just go early on bloody Schuster? I don't know. I want to get rid of Ilias so damn badly. Do I just go early on Schuster? Oh, maybe. He obviously plays round 13. He's a really good backup 5'8". I don't know if I'm going to stick with this, but I don't hate it. I can finally get rid of Ilias for a potential keeper in Schuster who plays round 13. And then we could, so let's just have a quick gander here. If we use a trade boost, and in the front row forward, there's pretty much nobody I want. I mean, Payne Haas obviously, but you can't get Payne Haas now, obviously with the injury and whatnot. Everybody else, there's just no one I'm keen on at all. Yeah, not really whatsoever. So if we swing Tamalolo up in the back row, we could go Olakau'atu. That's pretty good. Let's look at this for now. I'm not sure I'm gonna do this, but that looks pretty darn good. I think a lot of giving up round 13. Yeah, like I don't think round 13 is great, but there's definitely a few players that I think you should target. Olakau'atu, one. Pengai, I think, is good as well. But there's not that many good players, but if you just got a lot of like Starling is handy, but I wouldn't be targeting Starling. So if you've got him, it's good. Max King, you probably should have had at the start. It'll be nice. I've got Schuster now, which is which is handy. But that was a trade. I traded Ilias for Schuster, Fafita for Olakawa. Well, Fafita for Elliott, and then Jai Arrow for Olakawatu. That's pretty good. That's pretty okay. I'm not sold on Elliott. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I'm not entirely sold on Adam Elliott. So I'll ponder that. But that's sort of the initial. That's the initial trades. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that, but that's not bad, and that sets me up pretty nicely for round 13. I don't really have to do too much more. Is Crichton a sneaky trade in for Fafita? He is, and I would love to do it, but Crichton, like, he's going to play Origin, surely. Like, I can't see him not playing Origin. I know they have a lot of good back rowers, but I think Crichton gets a spot, and then it's like, well, you bring him in for a couple of weeks, then he's going to be out for a couple of weeks, but he is cheap. That is the other thing. He is really cheap, so, yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate it because you could just, if you have a lot of cover, you know, if you got a lot of cover in the back row, then, you know, it is pretty good. You can sort of cover Crichton when he's out with Origin. So, yeah, if you've got plenty of back row options, I would say do it. I think it's a pretty good option. So Moses a hold or nah? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Moses, who are they taking on? They're taking on the Panthers. Oh, I would probably say trade him. You know, if you could trade him for, you probably can't get, like, if you don't have Cleary already, you probably can't get Cleary. But, I mean, honestly, if you don't have enough money to go up to Cleary, then, or if you already have Cleary, then I would say don't trade Moses, but if you can somehow trade Moses for Cleary, then do it. But if not, then don't worry about it, because Moses, he will bounce back. Probably not this week, but coming up, he might. But maybe just hold him. Schuster, Tigers, Broncos next 2 weeks. Could be smart to go early. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's the thing. He's only 533. Like, it's not going to burn me, even if he only gets, like, you know, low 50s for the next couple of weeks. He's not going to, like, lose money. And he's not going to get, you know, unless he gets injured again, which any player can get injured. So I just want to get rid of Ilias, because he's actually going to start, he's probably going to start losing a bit of money if he doesn't score well. So I like it. I like it quite a bit, but we'll see. Who'd you trade out for Pengai? Oh, I traded Josh Curran. Yeah, Josh Curran. The week before I traded for Pengai. The one person I want Pappy, but don't know how to get him in. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. If you don't have him, he's pretty expensive now. He's at 900k, so it's a little bit tricky to bring him in. I did want to strengthen the back line though, so I'm not sold on doing those 3 trades, because I'm not sold on my backs. They're not bad. Like, they're still averaging like 50 sort of across the park, but I don't know. We'll see. Even Cooler is a decent play this week against the Tigers. Should be in for some decent attack. Ilias is mud. I don't mind Ilias, honestly. His Supercoach scores haven't been great, but I actually think he's okay. He's copping all the crap, but I think Cody Walker's the man that should be. YouTube Zany, appreciate it. Schuster is just tough due to there being no turbo, so you never know how much ball he'll actually get. Yeah, true, but he is just their attacking weapon. Like, most of their attack is going to go through him on that left-hand side. Like, his first game back, he showed, you know, they were a man down, and he still, like, found so much space. Like, he was bumping off tackles. He was throwing these beautiful passes against an extra man. So I'm like, if they had 13 on 13, like, yeah, he could have been killing it. But I don't know. It was pretty good signs in his first hit out, being down a man. I think he was looking pretty darn good. If May isn't named And Tass is, what would you do? May and Arrow to Tass and Murray, or May and Taff to Tass and Drinkwater? I'd go the first option. I'd go to Tass and Murray. I think Murray's a better option than Drinkwater. I mean, better job security, and honestly, he's probably gonna keep averaging more than Drinkwater. Drinkwater obviously has some decent points in him, but yeah, I wouldn't be relying on hundreds every week. Who should I go for in front rowers? I've got Payne Haas. I mean, Papali'i. Definitely try to get Papali'i or Jason Tamalolo. If you don't have them, you should start Paps. I mean, it doesn't, like, I only didn't start Paps so I could vice captain Hines this week, but yeah. It sort of depends what games are coming first. I mean, Melbourne are taking on St. George. So I'll probably... Panthers play Panthers play early, so probably vice captain Cleary, captain Pappenhausen, but I don't know. I'm a little concerned to captain Pappy because it just rarely happens that a team goes back to back to back big scores. So I'm a little worried about that. May could be out this week, so I'd keep an eye out. Yeah, if he's out for a week, it's not a big deal though. Like, I know he might get dropped for Toto, and if that happens, then obviously he's a clear sell. But surely Staines gets dropped, and if Taylor May keeps the spot, then I'm probably just gonna keep Taylor May. Like he's a gun. So I'm not really worried if May doesn't play this week because if he gets dropped overall and Staines and Toto end up taking the winger spot, then yeah, he's a sell. But even if he doesn't play this week with that injury, like I'd still hold just for another week to see what happens. My centre wing is Garrick, Staggs, Aitken, May, Swally, Valia, Tass, and I've got Tayo and Fermor hiding in 2RF. That's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Reckon RC could be a nice cheap addition for the centres. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. He's definitely a talented player, but I feel like he's one of those guys that's probably not gonna do that well in Supercoach because he doesn't have the best work rate. Obviously, if his attacking game is up, then he's going to score well, but he's not a guy that's going to bang out 30, 40 points in base, so I'm not that keen on RC. I'm a Dragons fan, and I'm terrified that they're going to kill us. Hence why I'm getting Grant and Paps, yeah. I mean, it is a game, and they're playing at Amy Park, so I mean, the Storm, it's like, how can you expect them to go 70, where they get 50, 52 or whatever last week, and get another huge score? But, I mean, they're a team that, they're relentless, so I wouldn't be shocked. Murray, Crichton, Pengai, Tamalolo, or Koloamatangi. That's tough. Probably Tamalolo. I'd probably go Tamalolo first, just because, again, he's banging out big score. Like, he's banging out really good scores. He plays round 13. He's a lock-in at front row if you need, or second row. He's probably the best, and then probably Crichton, Koloamatangi, Pengai, and then Murray. And I know that sounds weird, but Murray, I just feel surely they've got to rest Murray a little bit soon and over the origin period, because he's putting in so much work. I'm like, how they're gonna run him into the damn dirt. So I'm just worried about jumping on Murray, and I feel like he's just gonna get rested a few extra minutes here and there. But maybe not. He is the captain, and he is one of those guys that wants to lead by example. So yeah, Murray could just keep banging out these massive minutes. But that's probably going to wrap us up for the stream. I'm not sold on the trades. I'll definitely come up with it. I'll be back for another stream. Maybe Thursday. Maybe Thursday, Arvi, or maybe Wednesday night as a bit of a preview and see what else I do. But yeah, we'll see what time I can hop on. But thank you guys for coming out. It's been good fun, like usual, and yeah, hopefully we can all have a nice Supercoach round. It was a bit of a stinker this week. It was, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, thanks for guys for coming out. Make sure to stay tuned for more in the future, and I'll see you guys then.